Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and right here is my beautiful little lady, Avila, who's going to be our assistant today. I don't know if anybody can see with the microphone. There we go, yeah. Stand up and take a bow, darling. Boom! There we go. So she's taking some very important notes right now. Uh-oh, what's she trying to do? She's contacting Mars. Cool. And today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Caskets. There's a new album called Lost Souls, which was released on August 13th via Sharp Tone Records. Right now I'm being joined by Matt to share some more information about this stellar release. So Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. How are you doing? You alright?
I am doing beautifully, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, mate. I'm really good. It's actually quite nice and hot here for a change today, so living in the moment. To say.
Yeah. Is that normal to have a heat wave in mid-September?
No, definitely. It's not normal to have a heat wave ever, to be fair. So, yeah, England's always cold, man. So, yeah, enjoying it.
Good. Well, you can enjoy it for me, or I'll enjoy it for you. I can't remember how I want to say that, but it is, we've definitely hit full-bore autumn. We have a frost warning this weekend, so.
Really?
Yeah, being from Canada, that means snow is going to happen at any minute now.
Oh, yeah. Loads and loads and loads of snow.
Yes, foot upon foot, meter upon meter of glorious snow. And you cover it in maple syrup and you have yourself a delicious treat in the middle of January.
We don't really get that much snow here, to be fair.
Oh.
No, it's getting like drips and drabs, really.
Huh.
It's just always rain. It's just normally raining, dude.
Yeah.
The beautiful English weather.
Yeah.
Just rain.
Yeah. Does it rain from the side, straight down? Does it matter?
Oh, all types of rain gets you wet, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. All those studies. No. You got to not run through the rain. Oh, okay. Got it. Beautiful. Now, speaking of running through the rain, let's talk about this album, Lost Souls.
Yeah.
I think, from what I read anyway, it's a bit of a pivot for you guys.
Yeah, I guess so. There's some songs in there that we felt were a bit risky, as to say. But I think we pulled it off. I'd like to think anyway.
Do you feel that maybe you didn't?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to think we did. I don't know. I just worry about everything, dude, to be fair. So even if something goes the most successful something could ever be, I'll still worry about it some way or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll worry. But yeah, you're right. It was a bit of a pivot, especially like the Lost in Echoes track. There's a lot, very like heavy synthwave in comparison to like what we put out previously. Yeah, I guess we wanted to show that like we could, we can branch out into loads of different types of sounds. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was definitely a risk. Definitely a risk to put it out as a single. I was really worried before that go out. But yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Well, that's good. Now, I'm curious, was that part and parcel to, because the moniker changed as well? Was it specifically for this record, and was that a change for this record, or did all of this kind of just happen?
No, I think we knew that we wanted to add more layers and like more elements to the sound in comparison to the previous tracks. The previous tracks were really like really vocal and guitar driven and really raw. Do you know what I mean? So we knew that we still needed. We were still finding our sounds. Do you know what I mean? And Benji is massively into like his 80s synthwave and stuff like that. So we just really wanted to try and put together like all our influences and everything that we love in music, try and put it all together and make it work, make it not so like mishmashed, if you know what I mean.
Not a Frankenstein. We don't want any Frankenstein songs.
Yeah. We didn't want to be like metalcore breakdown, Powerpuff pop chorus. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was. I think it's the sound that we were looking at trying to grab. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we found the sound that we was aiming for when we started the writing process of the album. A lot of that is down to Dan Weller though. He came in with so many like bright ideas and stuff that he hears things that no other person ever hears. I think that guy's a god in music. So we're so fortunate to work with him. And he also added a lot of different. He implemented a lot of different ideas that we wouldn't thought would have worked with the sound that we currently had. But yeah, I feel like it's some. I feel like we're still finding our sound even after this album. But I don't just want to be like a band that just sounds like. I don't want to be like that's Caskets and it's just that sound. I really want to like explore into different like elements of music and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like there's still a lot of room to grow musically.
Yeah. If anybody asks, you just say we're just lost souls.
Yeah, man. We're just lost souls.
Yeah, lost in echoes. Like, but who? The only ones. We are the only ones lost in echoes.
With no hopes and dreams.
Absolutely not. You can't when you're lost in echoes. Now, that does bring something up, a sense of lost echoes, lost souls, and what's the word I want to look for? Solitude, the only ones, even though it's plural. So there's Is there a theme? Is there a theme through the record?
No, I wouldn't say there's a specific theme. I feel like the reason why we named it Lost Souls is because we feel like each song is like a different impact on the soul, if you get where I'm coming from. In a really deep sense. So they're like, one's about loss, one's about love, one's about despair, one's about abuse, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And that all those different things like really affect your soul. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I won't say there's a specific theme, but it does. It's a very it's an emotional roller coaster. I'd like to say. I think that'd be the theme. It's really, really emotional.
I'm going to say a cascade of the human experience.
Yes.
Okay. Now, take us through. You mentioned the producer. I can't remember his name at the moment, but take us through the production of this record. How did you guys set out to do it? Did you guys have like an idea in mind when you sat down, or was it pretty organic?
Yeah, so as in where we were going to record it and who we was going to do it with and stuff like that, or
like the production team, like who was going to help you guys with the tracks, mixing, mastering, that whole kind of thing.
So the plan was we was going to go to Germany to spend some time with Chris from a band called Annie's Okay.
Yeah,
he was the guy that mixed and mastered our EP. So we thought it only fit into to go to him, and then COVID hit. So obviously we knew we couldn't go to Germany, and that's when the opportunity arose to be able to work with Dan Weller. So yeah, that was like I'm still not over it now, to be fair. So that was honestly, like, that was just like, he's worked on some, he was in sixth, you know what I mean? Like, and he's like worked on some crazy albums, and he's worked with like Baby Metal and Enter Shikari, do you know what I mean? Like, so it was an honor, like, to be able for him to work on our album. So yeah, what we did was we was like back and forth for a long time over like Zoom and stuff like that, getting the demos ready, and then once the first lockdown ended, we managed to get into a studio to record the drums. Then we got locked down again, so we couldn't do anything. And then once that lockdown was restricted, we went into a shed in Chris's back garden to record the rest of the album with Dan, basically. So jumped him on a train from London, grabbed him at train station, and trucked him back to his shed with us.
Come back to my shed.
Yeah. Come back to my lovely brand new shed.
Please hold me now in my glass heart in this shed. I'll have the final say before I lose myself. I have nothing to hide.
Ever.
But
yeah, we had quite a few people work on the album. We had Randy, I can never remember how to pronounce his last name. Randy Slawgh, I believe it is. Slawgh. He worked on the synth and stuff like that. And then Dan, you worked on the demos with Dan, recorded it with Dan. I'm so bad at names, dude. Then it was sent off to be mastered. So I'm so bad at names, honestly.
It's okay.
But yeah, like it was a pretty, like, it wasn't like a massive team. You know what I mean? Like, but we crammed so much into that like last 3 weeks. Like start at like 10 a.m., finish at like 2 a.m.
In the shed. In the shed. It must have been a big shed. Like, I'm imagining my shed. It doesn't sound romantic.
No, man. No, not at all, man. It was, to be fair, Chris specifically built it like as a little place for us to, record demos and stuff like that. But Chris being Chris is a little perfectionist, so he just absolutely kitted this shed out, you know what I mean? And like built a proper vocal booth like in the corner for me, like, and everything. It was crazy. So yeah, we had everything we needed in there to get it done. But yeah.
Okay. Now, something else that came across my desk, and I don't know the results, but let's just chat about it if it doesn't hurt too much. Is the Heavy Music Awards.
Yes. Dude, I got so drunk.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It was a good time, though. It was a good time.
Perfect. Take us through
it. We was amazing, incredibly. Still, we got nominated for Best UK Breakthrough Act, I believe. We didn't win it, unfortunately. Wargames won it. Well deserved, though. Insanely good band. But yeah, it was crazy, man. So I met my manager just before it started, and we did a little mix there with a few guys from Nuclear Blast and stuff like that. That was cool. And then it was at O2 Kentish Town Arena, something like that, in London.
That's what I see.
So yeah, man, it was like the first time I've been out since the start of COVID, like to an event sort of thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And they told me I'd never been before, and they said it was in like gig format. So I was just expecting like to walk into like your random O2 arena gig. Do you know what I mean? And then I walked in, and it was just like this huge theatre place almost. It was like thousands of people there. I was like, it proper like overwhelmed me for quite a while. Like, proper made me a bit on edge. But yeah, it was a sick time. We saw some amazing acts. Sleep Token played, which were amazing. Some good friends of ours from a band called As Everything Unfolds. They opened it up, I believe. But yeah, man, it was a really good time. I drank way too many beers, smiled and laughed way too much. Woke up with the biggest headache I've possibly ever had. To be fair, yeah. The breakfast at the hotel in the morning wasn't that good either.
Oh no,
so that was a bit disappointing, mate.
Oh. This is going to sound very, very stereotypical, but was it an English breakfast?
Yeah. All I'll say is those sausages were definitely from a 40-pack frozen bag of sausages that probably cost £1.50 from Freezer Island Tesco. Like, they were I don't know what they were, mate. They were bad. But yeah.
You don't mess. It's blood sausage,
really good
right?
night, huh?
It's blood sausage, right? We're supposed to be pork. Okay.
Pork sausage.
Yeah, I've actually truthfully never had an English breakfast. I've only seen them, pictures of them, people eating them on TV.
I couldn't believe it. I was speaking to someone from America a few months ago, and they said to me, like, I mentioned a full English breakfast, and they'd never even heard of it. And I was like, I was gobsmacked. Like, I thought like a full English breakfast was like some internationally known, like, famous breakfast. It was like, nah, man, never heard of it in my life. I was like, what? Incredible. They're not as good as they look, to be fair.
Oh. She took the pen cap off and started stabbing my keyboard. So I'm gonna put the pen cap back on. we're gonna hit this with some cleaner later. Turn the keyboard off and see what we can do. They're love marks, you know.
Vandal, little Vandal.
Yeah. Baby Vandal. That sounds like a heavy.
That is a band's name, dude. That Baby Vandal.
Oh man. Well, especially you can't see it now, but her hair is usually up.
Like, oh, is it?
Yeah,
like a little piece.
Yeah, because she doesn't have enough hair in the back to tie it back, so it goes up. And then she has this thing with sticking her hand in her diaper with a smug look on her face. So that'll be Baby Vandal.
Being the Vandal.
Yeah. Now, speaking of which, now she's Baby Thief. She's taking the keyboard. Where are you going? Oh, she's hitting a key that doesn't register, so the computer's making a noise, and she likes it. So wait, that's actually one of my goals in life, which sounds like a really silly goal, Matt, but be in England and order an English breakfast and hopefully be impressed.
Oh, dude, you're going to have to go to some really expensive cafe.
Okay.
To be impressed.
Okay. Just look for the shed, and you guys will have one somewhere. Off in the corner, aside the other side. In the West Wing. You record vocals in the East Wing. In the West Wing, they have the breakfast nook.
Don't go to the food vans. Don't do it. Don't do the food vans, man.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Beautiful. Is there anything that we missed? We chatted about the Heavy Music Awards. We chatted about a couple of tracks. The only ones, Lost in Echoes. You even mentioned Lost in Echoes was, a nerve-wracking release for you because it's got a few elements that you were nervous about.
Yeah.
Album Lost Souls in total. Sounds like you guys are still playing around with the format a bit.
Yeah, man. Well, I think we had when we started the band, we made a 5-year plan. At the time we were making that plan, we was like, this is a pretty bold 5-year plan. Do you know what I mean? And then we released the first song on Dreambound. They were really good to us when we first started Dreambound on YouTube. But yeah, it just went crazy straight away, and it was just such a mad surprise. You know what I mean? We weren't expecting it to go as crazy as it did. As you don't when you just just want to start a band with your friends and release music. Do you know what I mean? Like in previous bands, but this time it got a bit of traction. So yeah, it's just mad. In that 5-year plan was done in 2.5 years, which is insane, and was pretty intimidating when it got to that 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Because I sort of felt just before we got into the album, I was having a bit of a blip. You know what I mean? Mentally, and I just felt a bit overwhelmed, and I felt a bit in too deep, felt a bit over out of my depth. You know what I mean? So I was I've only ever only dreamed of this. I never actually expected to be in this situation. And now I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Do not know what to do with myself, or you know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy, man. But like I said, I feel like it's all happened. It's all happened so quick, and I feel like if we'd have spent a lot more time on the music, which is what every band would say, but we was out like touring and stuff like that. I feel like not that we'd have a more polished sound. 'Cause I think our sound's pretty polished, but I feel like, well, I personally feel like I'd be more. What's the word? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just feel like because so much has been added so quickly to the sound, from the EP to the album. I don't know whether I really want to like I said earlier, go into different genres and all that, but I feel like we've done that so much on this album already. I'm sort of like questioning like what should be like next for what we do, not next musically, but for what we do. I don't just want to like go out and tour loads and then do another album. Do you know what I mean? I want to like sort of branch out and do different stuff. So yeah, I'm sort of like questioning what that different stuff should be. Yeah, whether it should be like I really want to do some acoustic stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
you can never go wrong with acoustic stuff.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm in love with acoustic music, dude. Proper in love with it.
Yeah, Lost in Echoes acoustic version.
Oh yeah. We actually did a little acoustic gig for Banquet Records on the release date album, and that was really fun. So yeah. I just really want to branch out, but I'm just a bit unsure as to how to do it yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. After your first 5-year plan, you didn't have a second 5-year plan. So when you hit the first 5-year plan in 2.5 years, where Father Stalin was so happy, he's like, "Yeah, 5-year plan done in 2."
It was like, oh man, we're 3 years early. It was like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah. Whoops. We actually didn't think this was going to happen.
No, I'm joking. To be fair, man. Chris is like a really business-minded kind of guy. So like he's always like, with me anyway. I'm like a deer in headlights all the time. Do you know what I mean? So he's like, just you be you. You go do that. You go do that. Go do that. Go do that. Go do that. And just leave everyone else to the other stuff and blah 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 whatever. So yeah, I'm fortunate, man. I'm really, really, really fortunate. Not just like be in this situation, but to have like my brothers in a band, but like they're so good at stuff that I'm so rubbish at. Do you know what I mean? Which is really good. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's something that doesn't come up very often, but is definitely a powerful part of going from, I don't know, a local band to something more international. Is you have a 5-year plan.
Yeah,
you do the planning, you do the work. I just have children to destroy my desk. That's all I have.
Yeah, man. She's doing it well.
She is.
She's doing it very well.
Baby Vandal. She's doing great.
She looks like she's really, really into like the computer side of things right now.
She is. My son is now 7, but when he was about her age, we got him onto the computer, and now he's a whiz. So I imagine, you just expose
She's going to follow suit.
Yeah, you just expose them when they're young.
Exactly.
Yeah. We get told it's dangerous. I think exposing children to other things is more dangerous than a useful tool in our modern society. But that's
100%.
Groovy. Now, if only I could find my questions in my notes. But she is making the screen go like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rely on my memory where we talked about pizza and travels to Italy. No, we didn't. Yeah. We chatted about Caskets' new album, Lost Souls. We chatted about a couple of tracks, the only ones, Lost in Echoes. Music videos are available on today's show notes. So wherever you're listening, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you are watching on YouTube or on the website, therockmetalpodcast.ca, so you can see how belligerently attractive for absolutely no good reason we both are, then down below...
Exactly.
Down below are the show notes where you can check out those music videos, as well as, I don't know what link I have, but I have a link to get to your guys' stuff. So if people click that link, it's either the official website, it's a link tree, it's a Facebook, it's something.
Yeah, I believe it'll be a link tree.
Sweet. And that concludes all my questions. Matt, what else we chat about? Dan Weller, recording in a shed, kidnapping people from train stations, taking them to said shed.
Yeah.
Heavy music awards, English breakfast. Cool.
Dreaded breakfast.
Yeah, the dreaded breakfast.
We covered some loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Now you're rolling it all off.
I know. That was my 5-minute plan, and after the first 5 minutes, I was like, "Oh God,
what do we do now?"
Uh-oh.
I've never planned this far ahead.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show today, man.
No, thanks for having me, dude. I appreciate you giving me your time, man.